Live from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, it's Hot Monday, and Wendy's serving up a full hour of juicy hot topics. Plus, Perez Hilton gives Wendy the inside scoop on why he and Lady Gaga are feuding. And Kim Kardashian's weight loss. And the best and worst red carpet fashions from last night's American Music Awards. Now, here's Wendy.
Yes. So good. Yeah. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Studio audience, thank you so much for being here today. We've got a terrific show planned. I'm doing okay for a Monday. We've got all the highlights from last night's Housewives in Atlanta. Plus, you won't believe who Chris Brown's mother is blaming for his problems. And we'll break down last night's American Music Awards. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you, studio audience. It's cold out. We're just happy to be in the warmth. It's only like 22 degrees here in New York. So the American Music Awards were last night. I don't know about you, but they didn't hold me for all 3 hours. I had to get my sleep. I missed the last hour. So people who on my staff who watched the Music Awards last night said the last hour was the best hour. So they told me, well, then I missed everything. So they had all the highlights. They had all the highlights for me this morning, including the performance by TLC. With their special guest, Little Mama. I like Little Mama with TLC. I don't know why they're gonna keep calling her special guest. They should just put her in the group, you know? It seems like we co-signed on her playing Left Eye in the movie, so it's not like she's coming from just any place. And then she fits the size requirement, which is difficult unto itself, you know, of TLC. And then a lot of people were saying that the other two girls, Chili and T-Boz, seemed a little, like they couldn't do their knee bends as much as they used to be able to. Well, they're in their 40s at this point. You know, they were in their 20s. I thought that they did a reasonably well job performing, and I think that if they're gonna do anything with this group going forward, then Little Mama needs a contract, and she needs to be a definite part of the group. And then that singer, Adriana Grande, she took my breath away. I could not believe how much she sounded like Mariah Carey. Looked like Mariah Carey, and even wore a dress similar to something you could picture Mariah Carey wearing. Well, she sings all those octaves like Mariah, and so, you know, there will always only be one Mariah. However, Mariah, this girl is a good second place. She's really good, yeah. And everybody's talking about Miley Cyrus again today. She performed with that gigantic kit. I mean, you know what? This looked like a really cheesy setting, but I guess she had to do something. I wish that she would have done something better than to have the kitten doing the Miley. But it made us focus on her outfit and I guess her own singing. She wore the two-piece leotard. It had like little cat faces on it. At one point, she was doing the song Wrecking Ball and she started crying, and then the cat started crying also. And you know what I like about the outfit? I like the lucite jewelry. Yeah, lucite jewelry goes with everything. Anyway, and then Jennifer Lopez performed last night. No, yes. Well, she did a tribute to the late Celia Cruz, and she sang everything in Spanish. She changed twice. She brought the crowd to their feet. See, this is how you do it. I mean, not for nothing. That's how you do it. There's Maxim from Dancing with the Stars, tossing her around. Casper was in the building, but he was not on stage, and that's how you bring the noise. That's how you do it. And my My thing about Miley Cyrus is at some point, you know, just wearing, you know, camel toe shorts and a bra top isn't gonna be enough. Like, you're gonna have to elevate your nearly naked game to something kind of like what La Lopez does, all that showgirl magic and everything. So I figure by next award season, she will be out of these little leotards and she'll probably zhuzh it up just a little bit more, kind of like Jennifer Lopez does. Just a thought. And if you were distracted and wondering what Rihanna was doing with her hair, so was I. But Sasha Morrison is here from, I can't figure this out. Okay, well, it's the doobie wrap. You know, that's what, when girls get their hair, this is usually not like white girls. It'd be like Dominican girls, black girls. The doobie wrap preserves your perm and your, you know, the hairstyle. But then you take the bobby pins out and you shake your hair and you go on about your business. You don't keep it in and then go on the American Music Awards. And all night long, I was waiting for her. All right, start taking the bobby pins out, little at a time. So by the end of the show, she's gonna be like fully blown Farrah or something. But no, she kept them in. So Sasha Morrison is here from Us Weekly magazine, and Sasha is going to break down the red carpet fashions, including what Rihanna was wearing. Mark Anthony was a big winner last night at the AMAs. I say big because I didn't expect him to win anything. You just kind of forget about Mark Anthony because he's not like on the Billboard charts on the hit music station that you might listen to. So he caught my eye mostly because, what were you wearing, Poppy? Like, are you serious, you? Anyway, all his success he looks like he just came in from the rain, doesn't he? All of the success he's experiencing may cost him. You see, his ex-wife, the mother to his two kids, Dayanara Torres, is demanding a huge 800% increase in child support. Well, she's already getting $13,000 a month. But Dayanara's looking for an increase. She wants $112,000 a month. But he can afford it. He's got it. He is very, very silently making a killing at Kohl's. He's got this whole lifestyle thing. No, because all you hear about like is Jennifer's line at Kohl's and Vera Wang's line at Kohl's and Catherine Malandrino's line at Kohl's. But let me tell you something. Back there in the men's department, Mark Anthony is killing the game. He's got suits, he's got dress shirts, activewear for the weekend, and guys want to dress like him. So he's got that. Plus, I got it on very good authority. He's making great money on his new sunglasses venture, where the glasses they're no cheap glasses, like $300, $1,000 for glasses. And guys want to look like Mark Anthony, if you can believe that. And so, Dayanara, go in for the kill. Get your money. There was a lot going on TV last night. I was watching the American Music Awards. I was watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I even tried to give that Reverend show just a piece of a chance on Bravo that comes on after Atlanta. You know, Thicker Than Water? There's too many kids. And the mother looks like her sisters who look like the daughters. There's too many people. And too much crypticness. Like the son, Benji, looks like he has his own issues. And I'm just like, so what are we gonna deal with that? And so, no, it's Thicker Than Water. And then they talk about private planes. Like, I don't like to hear private planes mixed in with the Reverend talk. You know what I mean? Now, I know what you're gonna say. Well, the show that I happen to like on Oxygen also talks, you know, ostentatious lifestyle along with being people of the cloth. But they just do it in a different way than those Thicker Than Water people. So I'm out, but I tried to give it a chance. Anyway, but on Atlanta Housewives, okay. Well, Phaedra attempted to put Kenya's texting scandal to rest by asking Apollo point blank what really happened. Apollo made the situation look worse, and Phaedra has all the facial expressions to go along with the conversation. Let's watch.
Listen, from day one, you already know that Kenya was on me from day one. You know that. If I wanted to smash her, if I wanted to sleep with Kenya, I could have slept with Kenya. But I didn't. I never even crossed those boundaries. What I said is what I said. She wanted, okay? She wanted to have sex in LA, okay? I chose not to. I left and went to another hotel. Real simple.
You're cute. You're about 2 seconds from me cutting out your tongue.
I'm ready to go.
I might have to kill him with this damn steak knife.
This was such a personal conversation that they shouldn't have had on the TV, but they had it on TV in front of us. Apollo was so dead wrong for saying if he wanted to smash, he could have. I mean, just, you know, and then Phaedra and your delivery and your, just get off the show. Straighten out your relationship. And, you know, we never look at Apollo as, I look at Apollo as being a nice-looking man. You know, Phaedra's husband, who had done jail time for 5 years before they ended up getting married. I don't know what he does for a living, so I can't, you know, speak to that. But this thing with Kenya, we've beat it to death. Apparently, there were some inappropriate texts back and forth from your husband to this woman, Kenya. Kenya is not in the wrong because Kenya's job is to stir the pot and mess up everybody else's life. It's your husband who shouldn't have texted her back. So, you know, take care of your husband, not Kenya. And you know, last week, by the way, I mentioned that Nene was in the hospital. We all heard about this. I showed the picture. Well, I thought that Nene was in the hospital for a hangnail or something like that. Simply because the way these celebrities do, and it pisses me off, is they use social media for everything, apparently. From death's door to, you know, buying a new puppy or getting a great deal at Marshall's. Like, I can't deal with it. So here I am on Hot Topics saying, oh, you know, Nene, you and your hangnail, stop being so dramatic. Go on home. You know, we love you. Well, it turns out she had a blood clot in her lung. So she is at home resting. So I apologize that I assumed that you wouldn't be social mediaing about something so serious, Nene, but I know you have to keep in contact with your friends. I should have known better. But I wish you well and speedy recovery. Also, Cynthia's daughter, Noel, is already, hold on, I want to show you something in a second. Cynthia's daughter, Noel, is 13 and already dating. Noel was on the show last night. So cute. Isn't she cute? Noel is the same age as Kevin, and 13 is too young to date. Individual dating. Now, group dates, you can call it what you want. You know, there's 13 of you in the back of my SUV. I'm driving all of you to the movies. You know, because the trucks are big now. I drive all of you to the movies. Now, if you want to call dating because you sit next to her and you slip and hold her hand, then fine. Then I guess you are dating, but there will be no one-on-ones. I don't want one girl coming over to the house for one visit. I don't care if I'm there and they stay right in the kitchen with me. No. So you can call it what you want. You know, I call it as a multiple group hangout. If you want to call it dating, fine. Anyway, speaking of Cynthia, she's got this new business venture. She's selling Cynthia dolls. Designed like Barbie. Okay, I'll open it up. There it is. What do you think? Well, as usual, these dolls never look like, you know, the people that they're supposed to look like. She's giving me the Afro affectation like Cynthia, and also, thank goodness, she has the Bailey Agency shirt on. That way, we're reminded, it's Cynthia. Yep, and she's got bendable legs. And the best I can tell you is that Cynthia's selling these on her website, so I got mine. Thanks, Cynthia. Chris Brown is blaming his mother. Excuse me, Chris Brown's mother is blaming Chris's friends on his issues. Well, according to TMZ, Chris's mother, Joyce, reportedly thinks that he fell into the wrong crowd. Joyce thinks his friends are freeloaders and only hang around for money and fame. Duh. It's called an entourage. Most celebrities have them. Joyce also thinks that his friends got him addicted to marijuana. Okay, with all due respect, Joyce, the boy has already said that he lost his virginity when he was 8 years old. He's already admitted that he saw you get physically abused, you know, violated by your ex-husband or boyfriend while Chris was little and saw all this happen. You know, the therapy should have happened somewhere around he was, you know, after you left the man. I know you have to get courage to break the cycle, but after you broke the cycle of your own abuse, both of you all should have gone to rehab. Now, it's never too late, only because the boy is not, you know, in his 40s or 50s or has been. You know, he's only in his 20s. I think that 90 days inpatient for both of them now would be perfect. Because it seems to me that Chris is working on his own anger management and whatever other issues he has. Joyce, you clearly still have issues if you're blaming his friends on being bad influences on him, when in actuality, this is something that you should have probably taken control of many years ago. So with that, I wish you well. So, over in Jersey, Teresa's legal dramas are still going on. However, she doesn't want the drama with she and her husband Joe and their trial coming up in February for 41 counts of fraud to be on the show. I said the same thing. No, you can't back out now. You signed up to be a Real Housewife. You've given us all this information, okay? And so now we want to see it come to fruition. We want to be at court every single day, Bravo cameras. Because Teresa, you and Joe do have a choice. I know that filming reportedly gets started next week, but if you and Joe don't want to be a part of the season, then quit the show. And I'm sure there is some, you know, act of God or something that your lawyer can get you out of, because now that your behinds are in a legal sling, that to me would be a normal reason that a lawyer would come to Bravo and break the contract, no harm, no foul, just, you know, leave my clients alone. But instead, they start filming the new season next week. Like, they're literally squeezing it in to get this trial going also. And who wants to see the trial? Clap. Who thinks that we need to just leave them alone? Clap. Wow. So, Bravo, roll the cameras, and we'll be watching. Everybody. Now, we all know that Paulie D got this random one-night stand pregnant, and the little girl, the baby, is now 6 months old. But Paulie revealed that he's not giving up his one-night stands. I mean, you would kind of think that he would have learned his lesson. But he says, you know, he'll just be better with the birth control. In the meantime, you know, he's only met this little girl, his daughter, once, and that was earlier this month. He's trying to schedule a second visitation, but when do you think he wants to schedule it? Christmas Eve. Exactly, an important holiday. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Well, guess what? If I were the baby's mother, I wouldn't let you have visitation then. Because, you know, regardless of how you all got this baby, Paulie, through a sloppy one-night stand, you are stuck with this girl for the rest of your life. And you all need to figure out how to make this work. And stop trying to put your daughter's relationship in between that of your ill-gotten baby's mother and you with your gross immaturity. You know, you can't see the baby on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. You know what? Because that's for primary parents. And since you haven't stepped up so that we can get this, I mean, you know, until you step up so we can do our 50-50 custody arrangement, you are so much worse than 50-50. You've only seen our daughter one time. So now pick any day. A random Wednesday in February will be fine. But you're not gonna see her Christmas and Christmas Eve. No, that's reserved for hands-on parents. You know, I don't know if Michael Jackson will ever rest in peace. Because Conrad Murray is speaking out. Well, please, when he's not speaking out, their family members speaking out, or lawsuits that the family is, I'm sorry, the tea is really lemony. And I've got juice tongue. Conrad Murray sat down with 50 Minutes Australia and England's Daily Mail. Why was he talking over here? Did he think we weren't gonna find out about it here? Anyway, Dr. Murray says Michael told him that he never slept with Debbie Rowe. Is anybody shocked? Clap if you thought that Michael actually conceived with Debbie Rowe the way most of us do, in the smushing room. There is one woefully uninformed person clapping. Girl, please. He also, Dr. Murray also said that Michael's 3 children have 3 different fathers. Yeah, and I'm not thinking any of them are Michael. Clap if you ever thought that any of his children were his children. Really? And she's rolling her eyes as she does it, which means she's just like, Wendy, just let it go. No, I can't let it go, because Dr. Murray's not letting it go. And I know what you're saying, whatever happened to patient confidentiality? Well, to me, that's out the window once I do time for you. Do you understand? In a perfect world, because all doctors, and lawyers, they have that confidentiality thing, and they say it's supposed to be forever. Forever until I go to jail. And my medical license is now gone, and I need to make money. Maybe by selling interviews or getting a $5 million book deal or something like that. It's horrible. This is all really horrible. And Debbie Rowe hit back at Dr. Murray saying that he is trashing the dead. And, she also believes that a fan will shoot Dr. Murray dead within the next 18 months, and she wants to buy the bullets. Okay, well, notice that she said everything but defend Michael in the name of truth, so maybe Dr. Murray is speaking his truth according to what he's seen in the family, You didn't speak about that, Debbie Rowe. You only spoke about wanting to see him dead, which, by the way, now if he shows up dead, they're gonna knock on your door first. That's all. And, and back to the doctors and the confidentiality. Haven't you ever been to a cocktail party when, the drinks really start to flow, and then some of your local doctors or lawyers start telling you about what's going on in the practice, and then we'll even start naming names. Oh, yeah, that's the person who owns the house three doors down from you. They're going through it. Well, he beats her, and she came to me, and they want a divorce. Like, a lot of you doctors and lawyers don't stick to that, and we know it. Do you know that? Clap if you know it. That's all. What a mess. Listen, we have a great show for you. Perez Hilton is here with the Inside Scoop on Kim Kardashian's weight loss and why he's feuding with Lady Gaga. But up next from Us Weekly magazine, Sasha Morrison is here to break down the best and worst red carpet looks last night at the American Music Awards. Don't go far. So the American Music Awards were last night, and here to break down the hits and misses on the red carpet is Us Weekly's fashion director, Sasha Morrison.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, let's get right to it. We'll start with Taylor Swift.
Well, that was a revenge dress. She had quite the look last night because there were a lot of, ex-boyfriends.
Yes, in the room.
In the room, and that dress was actually pretty slamming.
Yes. She has like a model's body, so she looks good in that dress.
She does. She's young, and she really brings it. And that's Julian McDonald. I thought that was really, really a great choice for her.
All right, let's move along to our next person, Ciara.
Well, I thought she was stunning. I mean, here's the way. Here's how you kind of do naked without being too promiscuous. You didn't love it?
No.
Really?
No, not really.
I love it.
What's it made out of? Is that made out of mesh?
Well, it's J. Mandel, and it looks like it's some kind of crochet. And it's just, I thought it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
In the land of nakedness, because everybody's suddenly naked.
You're right.
On the carpet.
You're right.
At least you had a few strings held together, and it looked like pretty appropriate. I loved it.
Okay, let's talk Miley Cyrus.
Well, this was kind of shocking because, she's always, I know.
I liked it.
Ooh. Verses, very, very subdued for her. But then, of course, with the 2 safety pins, this wasn't enough. She needed to get on stage and wear pussycats.
Yes.
So she had like a crying cat.
Yes.
She was, it was very kind of, her thing. And her stylist actually designed this. So with another
the
designer.
Stage outfit. Now, this white suit, do you think it's too plain for her for the red carpet?
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to balance it. So you're expecting some kind of drama and
I like the balance.
So I think that that was actually a good choice.
Yeah, me too. All right, Jennifer Hudson, let's take a look at her.
Well, Jennifer Hudson wore Dior, and I thought that was very demure. I wish in a way, here's again, the skirt is cut, so.
I like it.
You do?
Yeah. What don't we like about it?
I don't know, I just feel like it's bizarre. I just think the cut is kind of strange. It just doesn't feel, it just doesn't feel authentic, organic, something about it, I don't know. It just feels very square.
She doesn't really care, though. All she's trying to show us is that her weight is still off,
and she
she's
looks
good.
phenomenal,
Yeah.
and I love the hair.
Me too.
So,
yeah. All right, let's talk about Nicole Richie. Please say that you love this.
Well, I love Nicole Richie. I mean, I think that she really brings it. You don't love that? You do.
I love this dress.
I know you're crying. I know
Yes.
I'm crying.
No, I love this dress.
I love it. And that's Emilio Pucci. And she really knows what she's doing. She's a designer. She's also a mom.
Yes.
But she's not exposing herself in a way that's, slutty or weird or, what other moms seem to be doing right now.
She's
nice.
very
classy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Christina Aguilera.
Well, here's Christina, where she's really thin. I mean, she's really lost a lot of this weight. She's doing that cutout trend as well.
Yeah.
Which seems to be very popular, and, but she was kind of busted because, I noticed that somebody else had worn this dress before.
Wait, really? Who?
Yes, I know. It's Eva Longoria. I'm sorry. I said, oh, my God.
Two totally different looks. Look how short Eva is. Hers is dragging on the ground.
I know.
Well,
so there's where you see where the fit is a little better, I think, on the length on Eva than it is on Christina.
On Christina, you think it should be longer. Well,
Yes.
Christina looks great either way compared to what she looked like last year. Do you remember?
Yes, I do. And she was
We'll
just
remind you.
really
There it is.
overflowing. Her cup runneth over.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really kind of crazy.
Now, let's move along to Kelly Osbourne.
Kelly Osbourne.
Didn't love it.
I didn't love it because I felt like, here's another girl who's lost a tremendous amount of weight, and she kind of looks like a tablecloth. And this is somebody, who's really, a fashion critic, who's bringing it on, who is very critical about other people. And I felt for such a young girl and a music show, this wasn't necessarily the appropriate attire.
I like the dress, though, for something else.
For something else.
But just not that.
But it foreshortens her. She's too short for that.
Yeah.
The length is wrong, and it matches the color of her hair, which is a whole other story in itself. So I didn't love it.
And finally, let's look at Rihanna.
Well, I think she always brings it. I mean, I always love, this is Gautier Couture, so this is something different.
I don't mind it on her.
We haven't really seen it.
I don't mind it.
No, I love it. I think it's pretty hot. And her mother presented her with an award, which was kind of great.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. I think she's always stellar. And she also has the line and the figure for this. So not that many people could get away with this type of nudity as well.
Or walking out with the doobie still wrapped up in their hair.
Well, there you go.
I don't get it. All right, and then finally, Lady Gaga.
Okay, so Lady Gaga arrives on a horse, which has been done many times. Lady Godiva, Bianca Jagger,
Yes.
But she arrived on a horse. She's wearing Versace. And, this is the new campaign that her ads just came out today.
Oh.
And she looks like Donatella in her way.
Is she wearing is this dress in the ads?
Yes.
Is the horse driven by a man in the ads too?
Probably.
Oh.
The horse is not in the ads. This was her special. Remember, she gave birth, or she was birthed
from an egg.
In the egg that one time. So she had to step it up. So she brought this gigantic puppet horse.
And the Donatella.
Yes.
I don't mind this. I like her.
Yeah, she's really great. She's really great.
You
It was
were
really
great
fun.
also. You
Me?
were great. Yes, thank you, Sasha
Oh,
Morrison.
thank you.
That's our time.
Yay. Thank
But
you.
Sasha breaks down the fashions like nobody's business. Make sure that you pick up your copy of Us Weekly magazine. It's on newsstands now. Still ahead, we've got Perez Hilton with the inside scoop on his feud with Lady Gaga, plus Kim Kardashian's weight loss. But up next, it's time for Celebrity Fan Out. Don't go far. It's time for Celebrity Fan Out, Leading Man Edition. Okay, our first celebrity fan out comes from Vivian F., who watches our show on KDFW in Dallas, Texas. Vivian says, "Hey, Wendy, how you doing?" Al Pacino is my favorite actor of all time, and meeting him has always been on my bucket list. I went to go see him perform in a play, and after the show, my dream came true. I cropped my ex-boyfriend out, my now ex-boyfriend out of the photo so that Al and I could be alone. I keep it on my mantelpiece. It's my most prized possession. It's cute. Okay, our next celebrity fan out comes from Erlene J, who watches our show on WNYW here in New York City. And Erlene says, "Hi, Wendy. I just sat down for a relaxing night of TV when I realized I had no snacks. So I went to the store to buy some chips when a man stopped me and said, 'You can't go in there, ma'am. Chris Rock is in there making a movie.' I wanted those chips so bad, but before I could get too upset, out walks Chris Rock. He was so nice, Wendy, I forgot all about the chips." That's a good one. All right, our next celebrity fan out comes from LaDonna L, who watches our show on KRIV in Houston, Texas. And Donna writes, "How you doing, Wendy? My best friends took me to LA for my birthday. We were out sightseeing one day, and I saw the best sight ever, John Travolta. He chatted with us and even recommended a good place to visit." Well, that's a good one. Yeah, thanks. Okay, and this is our last celebrity fan out, and it comes from Gladys F, who watches our show in Tampa, Florida on WTVT. "Hi, Wendy. I was in a toy store during a recent trip to New York and noticed some people staring and pointing at a tall guy shopping with his family. I walked closer to see who it was and almost fainted. It was Nicolas Cage." She goes on to say, "He's my favorite actor, so I acted like a total blubbering idiot, but he was very understanding and gave me a big hug." Oh my gosh, that's a good one. These were all good. Thank you. If you ever have an encounter with a celebrity and you want to share with us, go to wendyshow.com. Still ahead, we've got Perez Hilton with the inside scoop on a shocking new video of Lamar Odom. But up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
My name is Jewel.
Hi, Jewel.
Last year during the holidays, my brother and my best friend hooked up and had a sexual relationship.
Okay.
Since then, my brother has moved on. He now has a new girlfriend who he's bringing to Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay. Now, they hooked up. It was just sex. They were never boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
Well, this year, my best friend still wants to come to Thanksgiving dinner as well. And I don't want any drama, Wendy.
Right.
What do you think? Should I invite her?
No. And I'll tell you why. I'm assuming that we're all grown and mature. Nobody's in their 20s.
Correct.
Okay. Your best friend, see, we know what we do when we hook up with our best friends' brothers, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just be prepared for the fallout afterwards. And the fallout is she can't come to your house for Thanksgiving because unfortunately your brother's happiness and maybe him, you know, meeting the woman to walk down the aisle and produce some heirs for your family is more important to you than your best friend's happiness, because that's your brother. That's your brother.
Yes.
Okay. She can't come over anymore when he's around. We don't want the drama.
We don't want the
All
drama.
right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
How you doing?
My name's Christine. I'm a freshman in college, and I'm really fortunate because me and my roommate are actually really good friends.
Good.
However, whenever we go out in Miami, I tell her, you know, I like this guy or I'm talking to this guy, and she tends to be all over him, giving her number and stuff like that. And I just want to know, is it breaking girl code? Or does she just like the attention? Or should I be friends with her? I don't know what to do because I live with her.
Yeah.
So.
First of all,
what should I do?
don't you love college?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I really do.
Oh my gosh. Stick with it until you graduate. It's the best.
Okay.
Then the second thing is that this is not really your friend. This is one of those girls that you know now that you won't know in a few years. I mean, you understand?
Yeah.
She's not really your friend. And as far as her being your roommate, I would even venture to say maybe next year you don't roommate with her.
You think?
Because, well, she's the girl who when you leave to walk down the hall in the dorm to
She's
brush
the
your
one checking
teeth,
out.
she's the one talking to your man and inadvertently
Yep.
showing her crotch.
Yep.
See? See? So It's okay, honey bun. This is only freshman year, and you still have a lot to learn. But let this be a lesson. She's not really your friend.
All right, thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Everybody, up next, we've got the Inside Scoop with Perez Hilton. Don't miss it. And here with the juicy celebrity stories is the one and only Perez Hilton. Perez, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's just get right to it, because I read Life and Style Weekly magazine. I read the whole article. There are reports that Kim Kardashian is lying about her weight loss. Talk about it.
Well, I saw Kim Saturday night. I went to the Kanye show. She was there. She looked amazing. Some people think she looks too good. They're claiming she's had plastic surgery to lose the baby weight. Other reports claim she spent over $80,000 on laser treatments to zap away the fat.
You mean like mesotherapy, liposmart, cool sculpt? I mean...
is that real? I don't know if that's actually real. Like lasers that'll melt fat?
At a lunchtime. You don't, listen, trust. There's so much going on out here for women. Surgery is virtually a thing of the past, honey. Yeah, yes.
All right, well, Kim
what does Kim say? Nuh-uh to what? That she didn't get surgery?
She took to Twitter to say the
that she got
following.
surgery.
She said, I'm very frustrated seeing reports that I got surgery to lose my baby weight. This is false. Kim says she worked hard and is one of the most diligent people out there and did it naturally.
Yeah.
Look at that booty! Bam! I believe her. I believe her.
I believe that she's probably no stranger to cool sculpting and all the other kinds of things that require no downtime. But that's just me. Let's move along. Now, there's a new shocking video of Lamar.
Oh, yeah. Those Kardashians and everybody associated know how to make headlines.
Yeah, but, okay, so we have the clip. Let's take a, well, first of all, tell us about what we're about to see.
Okay. The video was allegedly filmed recently, within the last month. It shows Lamar apparently high, and he alludes to cheating on Khloe in this video.
Does he allude to it, or does his friend, who I never liked to begin with, you know that boy who we met in day camp? That's the one.
He does himself. I mean, it could be interpreted in different ways, but he talks about, you know, when Khloe's away, he does things.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the clip, and then we'll talk.
Khloe's out of town. I guess I still be on it either.
You know what it is, we the QU pimps. Ask you any shorties, we ran through they cribs. Up in them hills, down to the hills.
Now, those close to Lamar say that he was not high when this video was shot, instead that he was just drunk. Either way, he's in talks.
Isn't high and drunk the same thing?
It's a different, well, it's not as bad as like crack.
Right.
But if he's training to get back with the Clippers, I don't think he should be doing anything involving any kind of substances. That's just
All right, so his response was that he wasn't high, he was just drunk.
Yeah.
Okay. Lady Gaga, everybody, and Perez have been locked in a legendary battle for way too long. I've never really heard you talk about it, so we want you to spill it here. All right, give it to us, Perez.
She said in an interview recently that I was a fake friend.
She said that on Howard Stern.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if you know anything or one thing about Perez Hilton, I think it's that I'm not fake and I keep it real. And I viewed her as an IRL friend, in real life friend. I viewed her as more than just a friend. Like, I used to jokingly or nicknamed her my wifey. Like, to me, she was that kind of friend. And
okay. Where did this go back to? Because I remember the last time I saw you all together was that cute special that you had, you and Gaga. She came off tour to film that with you so that your project would take off and be successful.
Yeah, and she mentioned that, and she briefly mentioned, or has mentioned, but hasn't really gone in depth about her issues. She said that, you know, recently, over the last couple of years, she's had issues with drugs and alcohol. When we were filming that, she got obliterated drunk.
And I heard that
amongst other things.
At one point, she wanted you to turn the cameras off, but you didn't.
Well, we did, but she got really upset because I asked her about her boyfriend. And I'm like, I didn't ask anything inappropriate. Just me even bringing her boyfriend up set her off. But, you know, when people are on drugs and alcohol, they behave irrationally, erratically, and are mean to those that they love.
Oh.
It's true.
Okay, so then after you heard the Howard interview, you tweeted that Gaga is a real-life vampire. What does that mean?
Meaning she has a history of, and I don't want to name names that I have, whatever, but like, she globs onto people, uses them, and once they're no longer of use to her, will just throw them aside.
Oh.
That is what I've observed. She, you know, she'll deny that or maybe not.
Is it true that you tried to buy an apartment in her building here in New York, so she accused you of being a stalker?
No, that's not true. And if I was looking at places and I didn't know she lived in that building, everybody knows where she lives. I mean, in her mind, the world revolves around her. If I would have known she was in that building, I would not have even looked at it in the first place.
It's almost like you're about to cry. Like, this is very emotional. You can barely...
I'm not about to cry. I'm about to laugh.
Okay.
It's also absurd.
Is there any chance for a reconciliation?
Is there any chance of a reconciliation? No, I think I'm much... I mean, I definitely, I mean...
No, he said. Okay, for more information on Perez and more of these juicy stories, go to PerezHilton.com. Don't go away. We'll be right back. It's time for Wendy's Instaglam clip of the day. All right, we want to see the fashion show or the fashion trend that our people are following. So today's look from the celebrity is Eva Mendes. So confused. Eva's wearing a pencil skirt, and I love her statement necklace. She paired it with a sheer blouse, and it's just a classic outfit. So today's Instaglam winner with her own twist to the pencil skirt is Natasha from Somerset, Massachusetts. She paired hers. It's a leather pencil skirt with a cute crop top, and she's got her own statement necklace. And guess what, Natasha? I'm sending you a Diva fan. Keep it here. We'll be right back. Niecy Nash and more juicy hot topics tomorrow. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy.